video, we are going to read The Wonder World of Science, Text C, Men and Women, Some Differences. Men cannot manufacture blood as efficiently as women can. This makes surgery riskier for men. So, men case re kona tankara manufacture of blood एते efficiently हुएनी कि एते जल्दी हुएनी as compared to a women. So surgery कले risk of blood loss जोठी अधिक थाए. So blood manufacture जल्दी हुएनी men manungare. Men also need more oxygen because they do not breathe as often as women. So men कौन deeper breathe नियंती. So but women short time ପାଇଁ କି breathe ନିଅନ୍ତି and frequent breathe ନିଅନ୍ତି. So जो deep breathe ନିଅନ୍ତି men ମାନେ, so the amount of oxygen in the air should be high for that, which is not possible. But men breathe more deeply as this exposes them to another risk. When the air is polluted, they draw more of it into their lung. तो ଯେତେବେଳେ ଏଇଟା polluted ଥାଏ जो areas ମାନଙ୍କରେ ସେ deeper breathe କରନ୍ତି ଯେହେତु तो जो polluted air टा बहुत deep जाए lungs को. Okay, so alveoli रे problem हुए. A more recent and chilling finding is the effect of automobile and truck exhaust fumes on the children's intelligence. So truck exhaust fume जो air pollution होची, truck रू धुआं बाहरची, industries रू जो air pollution release होची, सेटा children माननको intelligence को भी affect करची. This exhaust fumes are the greatest source of lead pollution in the cities. तो cities मानଙ୍କरे lead pollution कौन? Exhaust fumes रू आसे, vehicle fumes रू आसे. Okay, researchers have found that the children with the highest concentration leads to their bodies have the lowest source on intelligence test and the boys score lesser than the girls. So कौन researchers कौन पाइले कि as men deep breathing करंती. So cities मानଙ୍କरे कौन the air is more polluted and the children who breathe deeply, who breathe more deeply, तो ସେମାନେ कौन they draw in or they inhale more polluted air. So सेटा तांकर इंटेलिजेंस उपरकू भी affected करे. So जेतबले गोटे टेस्ट हेइथिला boys are more affected. ସେମାନେ कौन पाइले boys अधिक affect होचंती than girls. It is possible that these low scores are connected to the deep breathing that is typical of the male. So see deep breathe को reason बेली पाइले आप पछरे. Men bones are larger than women's and they are arranged somewhat differently. तो men मानंको bones women's मानंको तुलना रे बहुत बड़ा थाए and तांकर structure of arrangement भी different थाए. That evokes so many whistles is a matter of bone structure. A broad shoulder and a narrow pelvis which enables them to stride out with no waist motion. So men मानंकर shoulder बहुत broad थाए as compared to the pelvis area. तो तांको pelvis area small थी बारू they take long strides माने कौन दीटा फुट भितर चालीला बेले दीटा फुट भितर distance टा बहुत अधिक नहीं पारंती. Okay, with no waist motion women's मानंको धीरे waist motion टा जो थाए men मानंको धीरे सेटा absent है because designed for childbearing forces her to put more movement in each step she takes, with the result that she displays a bit of jiggle and way as she walks. So women's mananko pelvis is wider as compared to men just for childbearing, forces her to put more movement in each step. तो women's माने जेतबले usually चालंती, so तांको waist movement टा अधिक हुए as compared to men. Pelvis is wider for childbearing. So as a result, jiggle and way motion. A man is brave because he climbs a ladder to clean the roof gutters. Don't forget that it is easier for him than for a woman. The angle which a woman's thigh is joined to her knee makes climbing awkward for her, no matter whether it's a ladder or stair or mountain that she is tackling. So आ माने कौन जो thigh bone टा थाए जोटा नी बोन सहित जॉइंट होता है, the structure of the joining structure of a man differs than a woman. सो गोटे मेल रे जंती थाई बोनटा अटैच होता है नी बोन सहित से स्ट्रक्चरटा वुमेन रे भैरी करे फॉर दैट रीजन वुमेन माने इजीली क्लाइम कर पारंतनी इवन इफ ये स्टेयरकेस हो देन माउंटेन्स हो कि रूफ टॉप को सीढ़ी लगे जो चढ़ती सेटा हो सो मेन माने ए स्ट्रक्चर पे बेनिफिटेड थांती से माने इजीली क्लाइम कर पारिबे सो एटा किछि ब्रेवरी रो कथा ने इट इज जस्ट सम स्ट्रक्चरल डिफरेंस A man's skin is thicker than a woman's and not nearly as soft. The thickness prevents sun radiation and from getting through, which is why men wrinkles less than women do. So kona men mananko skin is thick as compared to a woman's skin. A woman's skin hochi soft. The thickness prevents, so से thickness टा कोथरे help करे men मानंकु ना wrinkles जो एज पाई कि wrinkles पड़े जो जो वुमेन्स मानंको धीरे एज तांको स्किन थिक न थाए वुमेन्स मानंकर बट मेन को धीरे wrinkles टा कम पड़े ओके Women's have a thin layer of fat just under the skin and there is a plus to this reserve fat. It acts as an invisible fur coat to keep a woman warmer in the winter. सो जो वुमेन मानक स्किन तले जो फैट लेयरटा डिपोजिटेड थाए सेटा कोथरे हेल्प करे ना विंटर पड़े सी कौन वार्म रखिबो बॉडी को वुमेन्स मानक वुमेन आल्सो स्टे कूलर इन समर तो समर बेले माने खरा सीजन बेले वुमेन माने कूल फील करती द फैट लेयर हेल्प्स इन्सुलेट देम अगेंस्ट हीट तो फैट लेयरटा जो थाए स्किन तले गोटे इन्सुलेटर भाया काम करे and prevent them from heat. Men's fat is distributed differently and they do not have the layer of it underneath their skin. So men mananko fat different way रे distributed थाए और fat layer तांको skin तले present न थाए. In fact they have considerably less fat than a woman and more lean mass. So men mananko fat comparatively less थाए women's मानंकर ठारू and they have more lean mass. So lean mass माने कौन lean mass माने होची muscle mass अधिक थाए men मानंकर 41% of man's body is muscle compared to 35% of women's which means the men have more muscle power. So 41% of a man's body जोटा कि मसल रिकवर होता है एंड 35% ऑफ अ वुमेन्स बॉडी मसल रिकवर होता है तो मसल मास ऑफ अ मैन इज मोर देन वुमेन देन व्हेन इट कम्स टू स्ट्रेंथ ऑलमोस्ट 90% ऑफ अ मैन्स वेट इज स्ट्रेंथ कंपेयर टू अबाउट 50% ऑफ अ वुमेन्स वेट सो मैन गोटे मैन रो जते वेट थिबो ता वेट रो 90% ता स्ट्रेंथ थाए बट वुमेन रो वेट जति थिबो ता वेट रो 50% ही इक्वल्स टू द स्ट्रेंथ ऑफ दैट वुमेन द हायर proportion of muscle to fat make it easier for the man to lose weight so as lean mass अधिक थाए मीन्स muscle mass टा अधिक थाए गोटे मैन रे so the amount of fat is less. So if a man wants to do weight loss or is on a diet, will lose more fats than a woman does. Then it's written, muscle burns up 5 more calories a pound than fat does just to maintain itself. So when a man goes on a diet, the pound rolls off much faster. Okay, so muscle भी burn करे तांकर अधिक माने 5 कैलोरीज अधिक बर्न करिवो दैट मैन्स लैक सो एथरे कोन लिखा हिची कि वुमेन्स मानंग धीरे एनर्जी रिजर्व टा प्रेजेंट थाए बट मेन्स मानंग धीरे एनर्जी रिजर्व टा प्रेजेंट न थाए फॉर ऑल मेन्स मस्कुलारिटी दे डू नॉट हैव द एनर्जी रिजर्व्स वुमेन्स टू सो मेन मानंग धीरे एनर्जी को रिजर्व करिवार किछि पावर न थाए बट वुमेन्स मानंको केस रे एटा थाए दे हैव मोर स्टार्टअप एनर्जी बट द फैट tugged away in women's cardiologist at the University of Alabama discover करथिले कि if a woman is at her age of 60 and can do exercise, she is a healthy lady. She can do every work up to 90% of the work that she was doing at her age 20. But if a man attains age 60, then he can only do 60% of the work efficiently what he was doing in his 20 years old age. That's all for today. Have a nice day ahead. Like, share, and subscribe.